Hello everyone, welcome. I'm just doing, what shall I call it? Update catch up. Um, so while I'm talking, I've pulled out my 15-minute art watercolour by Jola Sopek, and yeah, I'm making my way through this. So I thought that I would just do this whilst talking with you all. I've now got 1,140 subscribers, which is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, considering that I've only been going just over a year, I think that that's quite an achievement, really. So I am very happy with um, where I've got to on my YouTube channel. Although, to be honest, I think out of all the numbers of people that view my videos, only 30% are actually subscribed. So, subscribing doesn't cost anything. It's completely free. And yeah, if you would like to help me build my channel further and you're not subscribed, then that would be lovely. I would be truly grateful. Um, I think I worked out somewhere on another piece of paper. Yeah, over here. Um, yeah, I've been doing roughly sort of 14 or more videos a month. Um, and bearing in mind that each video kind of takes, I don't know, probably a good couple of hours. Then yeah, that kind of comes to about 28 hours a month. So it does take time because obviously I do the videos on YouTube, but then I also do videos for my Patreon. Let's get my sky looking a bit. There we go. So you can see what I'm practicing here, hopefully. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, it's and that's just the actual time to do these videos, as opposed to all the planning that goes in as well. So if I was to add all the planning in, we're going over 30 hours a month. So, that's like an extra week, I suppose, of work. Many of you know that I have my own private practice. It's quite hard to talk and copy something, actually. No, mind, we'll get there. And yeah, so I have what I call my paid job. um, so if any of you out there are thinking, about starting a YouTube channel and thinking about possibly having it as an income, I think like myself, you're probably going to have to allow yourself a good 5 or more years to get there. It's quite a slow process, and although I am monetized now, so I do get some money from the ads that are placed somewhere in my videos. I think yeah, I think I became monetized the beginning of October, November, December. And so far I've earned just under £60 in 3 months. So yeah, not anything to retire on at the moment is all I'm going to say. And I think it can be a bit of a misconception that people have, that you're earning loads of money on YouTube when you're not. And I think also you have to be doing it because you love doing it and you love sharing what you're doing, as opposed to treating it just as, you know, an income in a way. Otherwise, you know, it's going to get, you're going to stagnate and get bored because, you know, you're not doing it because you're loving it, so to speak. And I think that that's important. There needs to be that element there. I was watching Emma Jane Lefevre. I think that's how you pronounce her surname. And she was talking about her YouTube channel and, you know, how difficult it is to, you know, make a living from it, basically. And that she doesn't really sell her art. She struggles because, you know, she's done her art and she's really enjoyed doing it, and she finds it hard to then sell it or put a price on it, if you like. And I mean, because of, you know, as of this moment in time anyway, I don't think of my art as something that I'm making a living from. So much like her, I give away a lot of my paintings. I think I have sold a few, mainly to, you know, friends and colleagues that are on my Facebook page. You know, they've said, oh, can I buy that one? I normally, you know, charge something nominal, like 20 or 30 pounds. It's not a lot, and quite often if I've got a frame, I'll put it in a frame for that amount as well. So yeah, it can be, I think people can have a bit of a misconception about you know, what it's like on YouTube. I love sharing my art. I paint what I like to paint. So sometimes that means it only gets a few views. Sometimes it means it gets a lot of views. I do share things that I've bought, and I share some of the books that I have. Maybe I've been looking through them and I think, oh yeah, I'll share a few of these on YouTube. But it's all because they're what I like and what I enjoy. I'm not doing it to try necessarily to pull in an audience. I would rather my audience finds me rather than me trying to change to fit an audience, if that makes sense. So I really love doing the paint calms on a Friday. I need to wait for this to dry now, don't I? I love doing those. And I think in 2025, I'm probably going to change it up a little bit. I think I'm going to have them coming out on a Sunday. Probably more people will have time on a Sunday. And I think I'll just change the name of it. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call it. It might be something like stress relief, art for stress relief, or stress-free art, or art relaxation, or something along those lines. Anyway, maybe actually you could throw a few suggestions at me. But yeah, all these things, even just thinking up a name for maybe a little mini series that you're doing on YouTube, it all takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. So yeah, it's you do it because you love it, really, more than being able to make a lot of money from it. I think if you go in with that idea, then you're not going to be too disappointed. Right, I'm going to quickly dry this, I think, so that I can do another one. Right, there we go. Let's see what we've got next. Oh, we do love a tree. Okay, so we've got this green tree to do. We need to start with our trunk. Right. I do find this book really nice and relaxing. It doesn't particularly tax me, which is why it's relaxing, but you do get nice results, which is lovely. So we're going to need some brown. I've got a bit of brown left over on here. If you are interested, the paints that I'm using are the Prima Marketing, what were they called? Confection series, and this one is the Woodland one. So that's what I'm playing with, in order to, right, don't go too high up because I've got to get my greenery in. Okay, let's get this tree trunk in. What a lovely old tree. So where was I then? Okay, so yes, I was just rambling really about my YouTube channel. Yeah, so when I suppose we are saying, oh, please, you know, subscribe, please hit the like button, please get notified when my videos come out, it's all because that really helps us. You know, it adds a few pence, I suppose, to you know, what we're making on YouTube. There we go. And then we want that one coming round, and a little bit of a one coming across there. Okay, well, we haven't got it exact, have we? But that's fine. Yeah, all those things do actually make a difference, which is probably why so many of us keep saying, oh, you know, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and, you know, do feel free to share the video. So, yeah, I'm probably going to do a little bit of a revamp of my Patreon. For those of you that don't know, I've changed it back to just having one tier, and it's £10, but for that you get 2 Zoom paint-alongs, which is where I send a link and we all paint together on Zoom. I provide some reference pictures. It's just a relaxing chit chat, yeah, chat and paint, I suppose you'd call it. So I do 2 of those a month for my Patreons. I put up a couple of process videos which shows me painting something from scratch, and I talk through what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And of course you can stop and start the video, and you know, you can re-watch it several times and do some yourself. Not sure that I'm following this properly, but never mind. Okay, we need some bits over here. What else do I do on my Patreon? I do a pod chat where I talk, usually about what I've enjoyed doing over the last month, what I'm looking forward to in the next month, and yeah, all sorts of weird and wonderful things, really. I don't edit much of anything that I do, mainly because I really haven't got the time at the moment anyway to do that. So everything, I suppose, is quite raw, quite genuine, hopefully. And I love getting the comments, and I love answering the comments. Yeah, that is such great fun. And what I'm hoping to do is just build up a really nice community where we can all support each other and feel that we've got a space where we belong, if you like. I think sometimes as artists it can be quite a lonely hobby, or quite lonely time, really. So I think it's quite nice to make a connection. It was through being a Patreon for Crixus that I made a couple of new friends that are both in the States, but because of that we meet via Zoom, and we do that regularly every Saturday, which is just lovely. It's really good to know that I've got them there, and we can paint and chat and catch up and talk about all sorts of things. And sometimes it's those silly little differences that we have between UK and the States, but they're all just a bit of fun. So the other thing that I'm going to be doing on my Patreon is a book. I'm making a book, and it's all around my visits that I've done to Tyrrell's Woods, which is close by to me. It's 5 minutes in the car, I suppose. And I've got lots of sketches that I've made over the time, usually in a little concertina sketchbook. That's what I always used to use. And I've got lots of photographs that I've taken. So I'm going to be using my own materials, my own sketches, my own photos, and I'm going to redo some of the sketches that I did, maybe do more from the photos that I've taken, and then I'm going to write a little haiku at the bottom of each one and just see which ones I like once I get to a certain point, and then make them into a book, basically. So that will be an ongoing project for 2025 that I will be updating everyone with on my Patreon once a month. Okay, how am I doing? What do we think? Well, it's not too bad. It looks a bit blobby to me, so I might have to get my pencils out even. I feel like I need a bit more contrast somehow. Maybe I need to make a really, really dark green there. Maybe that one. And get some of this dark in here and there. Particularly maybe underneath where the light might not be as good. No, I like that better. I've got a little bit more more balance there with some lights and darks and mid-tones. But I want to do something with my tree. Now, they haven't done anything with the tree trunk on here, but I really feel like I want to do something. So I'm going to use this mist colour, I think. You're all probably screaming, Michelle, that's blue. Yes, it is blue, because it should help to make one side a bit darker. And I will be blending that out in a minute with a damp brush, just very gently, so that we haven't got quite as much hard edges. There we go. You see, blue worked perfectly. Now we just need a little bit of green on the bottom here for some greenery coming up. So relaxing, very nice indeed. We'll get a bit of green in there. Let's have a bit of that darker green down here. There you go. My version of that tree. I think that's come out quite nicely. I do really like that tree trunk. Let's just bring that up a bit closer. There you go. I think that that's come out really nicely. So where was I? Yes, talking about my Patreon. On my YouTube channel now, when you look at the description, you'll see that I've added in my Discord server. It's a place where you can say hello. It's a place to share some of your artwork. Those of you that join in the paint-alongs on Patreon, there's a space to share what you've painted from those paint-alongs. There's a questions section where we can all ask each other questions on sort of art materials. You know, which do you think is best? Which watercolor pencil does everybody have, and would you recommend? Or place for questions as well. But I'm hoping that that will help to build up a nice community on my Discord server. That is completely free. It doesn't cost anybody anything as well. I do use Instagram and TikTok, but I'm not good at remembering to keep uploading things. I somehow just, yeah, it just doesn't happen. I forget. So I'm thinking, I've opened a Substack, and I'm thinking of doing a newsletter, and people can just sign up to get the newsletter for free. I'm not sure that I will make it a regular once a week, once a month or something. I think it will just be an as and when. But I've yet to play with that for 2025. So yes, Substack, something new, and obviously I'll be adding that to my descriptions in the future. So yes, I'm not really sure what I've rambled on about at all, really. Mostly to thank everyone for their support. You know, it's so nice that people are viewing my videos and liking what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I hope that that comes across. I hope it shows. I do it specifically as something that is relaxing and mindful for myself, because that's really important to me, keeping that balance in my life for various reasons. So a huge thank you for those of you that have been with me in 2024 whether it's through YouTube, whether you've picked up a few Instagram or TikTok posts, or whether it's through Patreon. This is just me saying thank you. And I hope that you all have a healthy and happy holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or something else. And also, I hope that the new year brings health and happiness to you all as well. So from me, a big thank you, and take care, everyone. Bye bye.